Hey there, thanks for tuning in. It's been so long since I did an update. So if you're like me, a space nerd, or you conclude yourself as a rocket scientist, roadside rocket scientist, or a Texas tank watcher, then you must know what's happening down in Boca Chica. SpaceX is planning to launch their Starships number 11. Wow, that is fast iteration. So, I do want to walk you through something that hasn't really been covered a lot. I know there's people on YouTube telling how to kind of predict the launch time or the ignition time of the rocket, but today I do want to show you how a Starship is being built from stainless steel to a giant spacecraft. Let's get started. So basically what happens is stainless steel is being delivered to Boca Chica. They are planning to make them on their own, but not quite yet, or not in Boca Chica yet. So trucks delivers stainless steel to Boca Chica, and the stainless steel delivered is being kind of distributed to all the tents. They have the construction tents in there, and these tents are basically where they weld and made those stainless steel rings. Each ring is about like 2 meters tall. I don't really exactly know the number of it, but if you find images online and compare the size, basically you'll see it's like 1.8 or 2 meters tall. And then they make them larger, like by stacking rings together and then move them into the mid-bay. That is where the tank structure is being stacked. So basically they stack the methane tank, and then they stack the liquid oxygen tank, and then they put the liquid oxygen tank underneath the methane tank. Basically very easy welding there, but it does require a lot of engineering techniques, because those tanks are designed to handle huge pressure. Remember, all the fuels this rocket is using is LOX and methane. These are all liquids and they are super gel, so they have to handle the pressure. Once that is done, that's basically what it is for serial number 1 to serial number 4. 5 and 6 has the math simulator, that's not counted, but starting from serial number 8, we have 2 more things, which is first of all the nose cone and the body flaps. So the nose cones is actually being made, again also stainless steel, but from the mid-bay or the wing breaker. Somebody will call it the wing breaker or something. So basically that's where the nose cone is joined with the forward flaps, those little flaps on the top. Remember, there is a header tank in there, the LOX header tank. Once that is made, it's being transported into the high bay, and the tank structure is joined with the body flaps, which has already been made and been delivered. Once that is done, they'll transfer the tank with the flaps into the high bay for final stacking. So basically that is where the nose cone joins the entire rocket, and then they install the legs for Starship. There are 6 of them. You used to think that they were like really small and short, but actually they are a person's height, like 1.8 meters or so. They're huge. Just compared to the size of Starship, they seem tiny doesn't mean that they are tiny at all. And then also in the lag skirt, there are the COPVs. These are the pressure tanks that pressurizes the fuel tanks. Does that make sense? So basically, those tanks provide pressure, and then that keeps the fuel tanks, the LOX tank, the methane tank, and the header tanks fully pressurized to prevent any kind of eruptions like SM3. And once that is done, they basically they could put 3 engines in the rocket right then, but again they could have the option just to ship it to transfer it to the test pad, the suborbital launch mounts, and then install the engines. So once that happens, that's basically the entire Starship tank, or the Starship vehicle. Once that is done, they ship the thing or transport the thing along Highway 4 in Boca Chica down to their launch site. There's 2 pads, suborbital pad A and pad B. So they use the crane to transport it onto the pad, they lock it, and then they start pressure testing. So basically, it went through 3 testings before actually going for a flight. First of all is actually a pressure test. Very easy, just load the entire vehicle up with nitrogen and check out if there's any leaks and if the welding technology is kind of okay, and if there's any like things they have to fix before starting a static fire. Then a static fire is very simple, just load up in the entire vehicle and then to kind of fire the 3 Raptor engines to check out if there's any issues. But up to now, I would say actually we don't have a very successful static fire yet. What I mean is basically from Starships number 8 to 11, they all have swapped engines. It means that one of the original 3 engines would have an issue and then it's been swapped out. But yeah, that's the static fire test. And then moving on is the wet dress rehearsal. It's basically them doing anything, activate the flaps, install the FTS, and then just basically push it until the engine ignition. That is called a wet dress rehearsal. And then going from there, it's basically 1 hop time. So it means the vehicle is completely ready for ignition and liftoff for a flight attempt to either like 10 kilometers or 12.5 kilometers and belly flop it down to land. That's basically how the SpaceX Starship is being built and is being tested. I hope I could do a similar video on super heavy boosters pretty soon. I mean, BM1 is already being stacked and that is not gonna fly, but whatever, let's look forward to what SpaceX does, and fingers crossed for SEAL number 11's flight, and good luck SpaceX. Thanks for watching, hope you learned something today. Remember to like and subscribe the video, and probably subscribe to me for more updates coming in the future. Thanks for watching, I'll see you then. Bye!